Morning everybody, and welcome to another episode of To Future Photography with Kyle. Hope everybody's had a lovely Christmas. It's the week after Christmas now, and I've decided to go on a little getaway to Scotland, visiting Glencoe and also the Isle of Skye. I've got 1 day in Glencoe and I've got 2 days in the Isle of Skye. So it's about a 4.5 hour drive from where I live, and I think I'm around about 45 minutes away now from Glencoe. Today is looking like it's going to be probably the best light of the trip, because the forecast for the rest of the week, tomorrow's a washout. That's what the forecast's saying, but you never know. Anything can happen, it could change. So it's that week after Christmas when everybody gets bored, so I just thought, why not have a little break to Scotland. It was pretty much a last minute decision really. Well, a few days before Christmas I decided to book up and managed to get some accommodation on Skye just about, because everything was fully booked. So if anyone's new to the channel, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, if it's not too much trouble, just to try and help build the channel. I am trying to improve the filmmaking, each video at a time, but I don't think people realise how hard it is to film and try and take photographs. It's a hard thing, and you're probably thinking, well, why do you do it? But the reason why I do it is because I love filmmaking, so that's why I do it. And I just think sometimes if you go out somewhere and you get a photograph that you really love and the conditions were perfect, you think to yourself, I wish I'd recorded that. So that's why I do it. But 9 times out of 10, when you go out with a camera and you record, the conditions, they don't work in your favour. But sometimes they do. So I'm hoping this next few days away is going to deliver some epic photography. So that's what I'm aiming for. It's going to be about choosing the right locations at the right time, and just picking those right moments and right places to go. And that's what's going to be key this trip to get some success with the landscape photography. So my plan for today is I'm going to be shooting a couple of waterfalls, and also going to be taking some photographs of the wild deer. So that's going to be my day 1 plan. Could change. So that's my day 1 plan. Couple of waterfalls, see some of the wildlife. So I'm just on my way down now to the S-shaped rapids, what overlooks the Three Sisters. Them there. So it's around about 1 p.m. now on this first day in Glencoe. Lots of blue sky, which is not ideal. Nobody likes to see blue sky, but what can you do? I'm going to be back here on Friday, so see what the conditions are like on Friday. I might come back and get a bit of interest in the sky if there's a bit of cloud about. Huh. Oh, here are the rapids now. What did it kind of like? Whoa! Get in, man! Whoa! Right, I'm down. Down at the rapids. So I've just had a bit of a scope out with a 24 to 105, and I'm going to have to go wider, so I'm going to be looking at getting the 16 to 35mm lens out. So I've got the 16 to 35mm lens on there now. So I'm going to be putting the filters on. I'm going to be putting I think a 4-stop filter to try and get the shutter speed to around about half a second. What I'm going to have to do is put the graduator filter on just to bring down that sky. Alright, I'm going to put it on the screen now what I'm actually looking at here. So if you take a look now, you'll see the sky's completely blown out. Just as for people who don't know about graduator filters. So now I'm going to apply the graduator filter. Brings the sky down very nice, so it just brings out the detail in the sky, even though there's not a lot of detail in the sky. I'm actually struggling to get the shutter speed I want. I'm aiming for that half a second, and I can only get half a second if I go down to f6.3, so it's not ideal really. What I think I'll do, I'm going to try this shot in landscape orientation. See, I'll just talk you through the composition. What I've basically gone for here is, just if you see here, obviously the river is leading you down and leading you down up to the mountains there. Is it the Three Sisters? Pretty simple composition. Nice bit of water. The only thing is the sky is non-existent. What I've done is put the camera into landscape orientation. What I've did is I've just turned the camera slightly, spin you around. What I've done, I've just turned the camera and basically just gone straight on, instead of pointing the camera down that way. I'm just pointing the camera that way, and I think it's given it quite a good composition. Made a couple of decent results there when I just had a rest of shutter. Looked quite nice. That's why it's always wise to don't just sit on the one composition. Turn your camera around, you know, move somewhere else. Just having a little bit of a play about with a focal length there and just getting it a bit tighter, going out a bit wider. So I'm getting quite a few shots. So when I get back tonight in the hotel, I'll have a look and see if any I find interesting. But that's Skye. Tell you what though, this will be a crack. If you get the right Skye here, this is a cracking location. This really is. You can get some really nice stuff here. Obviously, you come in autumn as well when there's a bit of leaf, a bit of foliage on the trees and stuff like that. So some really nice trees on the sides. Arrived back at the hotel, the Caledonian Hotel in Fort William, and I'm just having a nice relax now, and I've just looked at the weather forecast and it's going to be a massive storm coming in tomorrow. It's called, I forget the name of it, Storm something, Storm Gerrit or something. It's going to be 80-mile-an-hour winds, so it's going to be fun. And so really, it could scupper tomorrow's plans, but I'm going to have to try and think of something to do. I know there is an old shipwreck down on the shore of the loch. That might look good in moody scenes. So I might go there first thing in the morning and then travel up to Skye, and then it doesn't look like I'm going to get much done tomorrow. Hopefully Thursday it's more of a showery day, but tomorrow's it's 90% all day, 80-mile-an-hour winds. So, but it's, you know, the last time I come up here I got good weather, so but I'm going to just work with the conditions and just see what I can get. You know, it's better than just being like it was today, boring blue sky. So I'm going to work with the conditions, and I'm going to get absolutely drenched, but it'll be good fun. So it was day 2, and I woke up at 9:45 AM, and I was supposed to check out at 10 AM. Looking out the window, it was scenes of absolute carnage. Trees blowing over, and the hotel had lost all power, and I knew I was in for a wild day. So I quickly got ready and made a dash out the hotel. Just checked out there, and the woman, she says, "Oh, have you slept through the storm?" I says, "Earplugs." There's a tree down there in the hotel. That just shows how windy it is. It's probably stood there for years, that tree. No more. So I'm eventually getting through the traffic jam. It's been sat there for 2 hours while they were clearing power lines up and all that and stuff. So I didn't think I was going to get a chance to get the camera out today, but the weather's cleared slightly. The wind's dropped, so I'm going to get out with the camera now, and I'm down here at the shipwreck at the Copac. However, I think that's how we say it, the Copac. So I'm going to get out now and see if I can get a nice shot of this. So there's some moody scenes. So I'll see you down at the location. So I'll just be taking the 24 to 105 lens and the 100 to 400 millimeter. So my plan down here is I'm going to go for two compositions, one with a long lens from the back of the boat, compressing the image, and I'm going to go for another one from the front of the boat, using some of the foreground, getting down low. Here it is, the Copac wreck. After a wild storm that has hit these shores today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for the lower down shot first, get the camera right onto the ground. So to get this shot using some of the beach as a foreground, I knew I was going to have to get the tripod super low. So I stretched out the legs on the tripod and got it flat on the ground as much as I possibly could. And using the K&F concept geared tripod head made things a lot easier for composing the image. I knew I only had a short window to get this shot, as the rain wasn't far away again. This is me set up here. I'm just using this bit of seaweed here as a bit of foreground interest. So I'm going to be focus stacking this image. It's going to be two images and I'll put them together in Photoshop. And there's the rain coming. So what I'm going to do is just focus on the foreground there. Get the foreground in focus, and then focusing on the boat, get that pin sharp. A little bit more. There, that's it. And then fire away. So that's two images. So what I'll do is I'll put them together in Photoshop. That should create a nice image with focus from front to back. I've just managed to squeeze this in before the rain's come back. Glad that wind's dropped off. So with this new geared tripod head I've got, the K&F concept, it's great because you can just literally just twist these little knobs here, and it's just, you know, you can just turn your camera into exactly how you want it. Shot was decent. I felt I could get something better. The land on the right of the image I didn't want to include as much, so I went to the right of the boat and managed to get just exactly what I wanted. This time using some of the rocks as foreground. back in now. I had that little window of about an hour. A little bit of a window. But I'm glad I've been able to get out here and get a shot. So I'm getting the lower down perspective using that foreground to boost the image. What I want to do now is I want to try and get a long lens perspective and try and compress it and bring it in with the Ben Nevis mountain in the background there. So I'm just set up here with the 100 to 400 millimeter lens. And what I want to do is I want to try and capture the rain. So that's my scene at the moment there. So I've literally got, 100 to 400 millimeter. I'm at f7.1. I put the ISO up to 400 to compensate for the 125 shutter speed to try and capture that rain. I don't know if it's going to capture it. I can't tell on the back of on the camera yet. So pretty simple. Out at 100 millimeters. Back in the car now, just after that little hour there at the shipwreck. So I'm on my way to Skye now, eventually on my way, hopefully anyway. But you know, last night I was feeling a bit flat because the photography wasn't great, you know, and I wasn't really enjoying it, but just after being out there and photographing that boat, and I think I'm getting some good shots there. You know, I'm getting the feeling again. And I'm hoping that the rest of the trip is going to be epic photography. Right, so I'll maybe have a little bit of a chat on the way up. And I'm going to start the car now and on the way to Skye. All right, mate, I'm just on the way to Isle of Skye.
No chance, mate.
No chance?
Nah, no, just now. We've just literally closed the road.
Right.
Trees that are blocking the road.
Oh, there, right.
And especially further up as well.
Right.
We've had a few days to go to Skye. Have you came from Port William this morning?
Yeah, it was bad there as well, wasn't it? I've been sat there for 3 hours and then...
It was pretty bad. Your best bit is hanging about in the car park.
Right, and then
or
heading
back to Port William. Just your safest bet just now.
Right.
I can't give you a time scale on when the road will open.
Right, no worries. I'll wait, mate, because I've got to get to Isle of Skye. I've got no accommodation there now. I'll just hang about.
Aye.
Right, neighbour, mate. Cheers.